Welcome to Today in Nerd History for April 7th. The Bad News Bears was released April 7th, 1976. In this movie, an aging, down-on-his-luck ex-minor leaguer coaches a team of misfits in an ultra-competitive California Little League. The Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode, Business as Usual, aired April 7th, 1997. In this episode, Quark must wrestle with his conscience when he becomes involved with arms merchants. The Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode, Penumbra, aired April 7th, 1999. In this episode, when the ship Worf was serving on is attacked in battle and all search efforts are abandoned, Ezri takes a runabout in search of him against Sisko's orders, and meanwhile, Sisko proposes to Cassidy Yates. The Doctor Who episode, World War III, aired April 7th, 2006. In this episode, the Slitheen have infiltrated Parliament and have the Doctor and his friends trapped as the Doctor works to prevent them from starting World War III. Happy birthday, Jackie Chan, born April 7th, 1954. Jackie Chan is a Hong Kong actor, martial artist, movie director, producer, and singer. In his movies, he is known for his aerobatic fighting style, comic timing, use of improvised weapons, and innovative stunts, which he typically performs himself. He has been acting since the 1960s and has appeared in over 150 movies. Remembering James Garner, born April 7th, 1928, and passed away July 19th, 2014. James Garner, born James Scott Bumgarner, was an American actor and producer. He starred in several TV series over more than 5 decades, including Maverick, The Rockford Files, and 8 Simple Rules. He played leading roles in more than 50 movies, including The Great Escape, Support Your Local Sheriff, Support Your Local Gunfighter, Victor Victoria, Space Cowboys, and The Notebook. Happy birthday, Russell Crowe, born April 7th, 1964. Russell Ira Crowe is an actor, director, and singer. He came to international attention for his role as Roman General Maximus Decimus Meridius in the movie Gladiator, for which he won an Academy Award. Some of his other movies include The Insider, A Beautiful Mind, Romper Stomper, L.A. Confidential, Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World, Cinderella Man, 3:10 to Yuma, American Gangster, State of Play, Robin Hood, and Man of Steel. Happy birthday, John Oates, born April 7th, 1948. John William Oates is an American musician best known as half of the rock and soul duo Hall & Oates with Daryl Hall. He has played rock, R&B, and soul music, acting as a guitarist, singer, songwriter, and record producer. He was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2004, and in 2014 was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of Daryl Hall and John Oates. His memoir, Change of Seasons, was published in 2017. Remembering Wayne Rogers, born April 7, 1933, and passed away December 31st, 2015. William Wayne McMillan Rogers III was an American actor known for playing the role of Captain Trapper John McIntyre in the TV series MASH and as Dr. Charlie Michaels on House Calls.
Remembering Billie Holiday, born April 7, 1915 and passed away July 17, 1959. Billie Holiday, born Eleanor Fagan, was an American jazz and swing music singer. She had an innovative influence on jazz music and pop singing. Her vocal style, strongly inspired by jazz instrumentalists, pioneered a new way of manipulating phrasing and tempo. She was known for her vocal delivery and improvisational skills. After a turbulent childhood, she began singing in nightclubs in Harlem, where she was heard by producer John Hammond, who liked her voice. She signed a recording contract with Brunswick in 1935. Collaborations with Teddy Wilson produced the hit What a Little Moonlight Can Do, which became a jazz standard. Throughout the 1930s and 1940s, she had mainstream success on labels such as Columbia and Decca. By the late 1940s, however, she was beset with legal troubles and drug abuse. After a short prison sentence, she performed at a sold-out concert at Carnegie Hall. She was a successful concert performer throughout the 1950s, with 2 further sold-out shows at Carnegie Hall. Because of personal struggles and an altered voice, her final recordings were met with mixed reaction but were mild commercial successes. Her final album, Lady in Satin, was released in 1958. She died of cirrhosis at age 44. She won 4 Grammy Awards, all of them posthumously, for Best Historical Album. She was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame and the National Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame. She was also inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Several movies about her life have been released, including The United States vs. Billie Holiday.
Remembering Anthony Caruso, born April 7, 1916 and passed away on April 4, 2003. Anthony Caruso was the actor who portrayed the Ioshan boss Bella Okmix in the Star Trek episode A Piece of the Action. Caruso appeared in numerous feature films, most notably the 1940 crime drama Johnny Apollo and the 1950 film The Asphalt Jungle, both co-starring Mark Lawrence. He also appeared in several films starring his friend Alan Ladd, most notably 1940 SIX's The Blue Dahlia. Other film credits include My Favorite Brunette, 1947, Blackbeard, The Pirate, 1952, Where Love Has Gone, 1964, and Mean Johnny Barrows, 1976. Caruso also co-starred in the 1954 Western Cattle Queen of Montana with Star Trek stuntman Tom Steele as well as future United States President Ronald Reagan. That film was referenced in 1985's Back to the Future. Caruso had a featured role as Mexican criminal Tiburcio Vasquez, who had the Vasquez Rocks named in his honor. He also made guest appearances on many television programs, including Fireside Theater, The Unexpected, The Untouchables, with Jason Wingreen, The Addams Family, The Time Tunnel, The Wild Wild West, Mission Impossible and Fantasy Island.
Remembering Stanley Adams, born April 7, 1915 and passed away on April 27, 1977. Stanley Adams was an actor and writer of stage and screen. In 1967, he played Cyrano Jones in the classic Star Trek episode, The Trouble with Tribbles. He also co-wrote the episode, The Mark of Gideon. He went on to contribute his voice to the animated series episode, More Tribbles, More Troubles, reprising the role of Cyrano Jones. In 1996, archive footage of his appearance in The Trouble with Tribbles was used in the Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode, Trials and Tribulations. He appeared as King Kalawani in the final episode of Gilligan's Island and in 2 episodes of the 1960s Batman TV series, Catwoman Goes to College and Batman Displays His Knowledge, as Captain Courageous. He appeared on The Twilight Zone as a time-traveling scientist, opposite Buster Keaton, in Once Upon a Time, and as a bartender, Mr. Garrity and the Graves, and as Ilya Clarpy on The Addams Family, 1964. He played Tybo, the anthropomorphic carrot in the penultimate episode of Lost in Space, The Great Vegetable Rebellion, 1968. He also played a notorious pool shark, Sure Shot Wilson on The Odd Couple.
Remembering Spencer Dryden, born April 7, 1938 and passed away January 11, 2005. Spencer Charles Dryden was an American musician best known as the drummer for Jefferson Airplane and New Riders of the Purple Sage. He also played with the Dinosaurs and the Ashes, later known as the Peanut Butter Conspiracy. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1996.
Well, that's it for today, folks. I appreciate you listening, and if you enjoyed the show, please feel free to tell your friends about little old me here. Have a wonderful day.